do we have to kick the pig?
Because
where does that even come from?
Football. That's America's greatest pastime.
I
Take the
love
pigskin.
football. I never made that connection. That's funny.
It was just pork slapping.
Yep. That's a whole
Pigskin.
different thing, oblivious.
Well, I get it now, but I mean, I'm a Niners fan, so, people hate me because reasons.
I don't hate you. I only hate Cowboys fans.
To be fair, everyone hates Cowboys fans.
Yeah, they're absolutely insufferable.
So, speaking of insufferable, it is episode 245, August 8th of 2024.
33 out
30 out 10.
And this is the Loose Screws podcast. I am Commander Larkshadow, and with me today I have the incomparable Commander Blooming Wind.
Greetings and salutations.
And the unflappable Commander Oblivious.
Thick orbital lines.
Someone write that down.
I'm writing it down right now.
Holy crap. Sometimes you hit your home run on the first hit. Oh, shoot. And we are going to do that thing that pisses off YouTube sometimes of going around the table to see how everyone's week was. And I think we are going to start from the bottom with Commander Oblivious.
I thought they would get pissed off when we wouldn't do that.
To be fair, people get pissed off no matter what. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, in real life.
Are you guys coming in?
In real life, let's see, my daughter and son, they've been out in Michigan for a month. They are lucky enough to have those type of jobs where you can work anywhere you want to remotely. And so my son-in-law their family has some property up on a lake up in Michigan, not Lake Michigan, a small lake. They say it's a lake. I call it a pond, but I used to fish on Lake Okeechobee, so relative. But they came back from Michigan just in time to go back out to Savannah as Hurricane Debbie hit.
Oof.
But things went well there. Not as much flooding as was predicted. They didn't have any problems in their neighborhood. Didn't lose power for too long, so it wasn't almost a non-event there. So things good there. Let's see. Oh, my son gave us some good news. First attempt, he's been promoted to sergeant. Nice there. And
What branch?
He's Air Force Special Warfare.
Hey, good for him. Air Force represent.
Yep. And let's see. Wife and I went to see Twisters. And I was really curious at first why it was plural, but once you go through the movie, you'll understand why it's plural. Kind of crazy. It's okay. It's one of those movies. If you want to park your brain for a little bit and forget about what you know about physics, it can be rather enjoyable.
I love doing that.
We did see it in IMAX. I do recommend that. But it was freaking loud. Jeez, it was loud. Well, let's see. In game, just some BGS mop up and managing a very, very fragile piece between Bloom and I. A lot of talking to our neighbors, if you will. We're both real quick to go, what are you screwing with? And both real quick to say, oh, it's not us, and proving it. And that seems to be calming things down a bit. I did get the T8. I'm enjoying the heck out of flying it. It's extremely stable in the SCO. And let's see, I've been testing mat collections. I've done some HGE. I went out to Dabs, went out to Hot Jupiter, and went out to Jameson to do some testing. We can talk about that later if you want. So that's me.
Sweet action. And back with us is Commander Blooming Wind.
Hello. I do not know what happened, but I think my internet extender went out or something.
Well, the funny part is Oblivious said, I've been flying and enjoying the heck out of my T8, and then you were gone.
No, I didn't rage quit. I definitely did not rage quit. That's not how I roll. I hate you.
Fair enough.
I hate you. So, so where are we at?
How's your week?
Oh,
What's
how's
been
my
going?
week? Oh, my week. My week's been okay. Right now, as I was telling you guys earlier, my wife went and dropped my daughter off at college. So earlier this week, my son and I had to assemble a pull-out sofa bed because my daughter's room in the sorority house this year has like a little living room area in addition to her the bedroom part of it. So she has like
Nice.
a 2-room suite in the sorority house, which I guess is the perks of being an officer. So she is the dean of discipline or the dean of or academic. She's the academic chair or
Nice.
whatever. So she knows everyone's grade point average, and she gets to grade shame them if they're not keeping their grades up. So yeah. Anyway, so they're down in Oxford. My son is at a retreat for school. They go on a high school retreat, and it's totally bizarre because they go to like this little place in Kentucky that has a lake and all that. And then they were told that the guys, if they're going in the lake, have to wear a shirt, which makes no freaking sense. Like, why?
Because
I mean-
someone at that lake is afraid of man nips.
Probably. I mean, what I think is that there's this one kid in his class whose parents are like exceptionally rich, and he has
Ah.
and he has moobs.
Hmm.
So if if he wants to hide his moobs, he doesn't want to be the only one in the water with a shirt on. But
Whatever. Flap those moves around. Who cares?
exactly. So my son's like, this is crazy. But anyway, so they're all gone. So I'm home alone right now. So me and the
Nice.
dogs. So I took the day off from work today to get work done. I've been
How did
so
that go?
actually better than if I went into work. I mean,
Nice.
I had less interruptions and just plowed through about half of my messages and still have about half to do at some point, but I'm not doing them today because I'm just kind of tuckered out. So I'm just gonna fly and talk to you guys on the podcast.
Noise.
Yep. So that was my week.
Nice.
Well, Lark, how about you?
Well, I have been steadily getting healthier. I'm on antibiotics now and some prescription things to break up all the mucus. Turns out I was on the verge of having bronchitis, so they just started throwing meds at me anyways. Because if I get bronchitis, I will get pneumonia. So they're trying to stop it at bronchitis.
Yeah.
At the same time, my wife did have pneumonia and is on antibiotics and getting better. So we've just been sick for a freaking month at this point in the Lark home.
Yeah.
But things are on the up and up. In game, I have been flying basically wherever I want. It's been nice, just kind of relaxing. I'm thinking about organizing a Distance Cruise 3. I keep testing the water. People seem interested. I just have to finalize how far and which direction we're going and why, and then put it out there to see who might actually go with me.
I think you'd
I've
find
got
a bunch of us to go with you for sure.
Yeah, I got the explorer's itch bad, man.
Yeah.
But that has been my week.
I mean, I've never done a proper exploration. I mean, I've done
Really?
the go out to the shards, go 5,000 light years out and come back. I mean, I've kind of done those things early on and, in a basically C-rated Cobra Mark III, I flew out to the
geez.
Pleiades. I flew out to the Pleiades, the first time just to
How
start
many
the
jumps?
engineering grind. Oh, a billion. I mean, it was absurd. I think the first month of my time playing Elite was flying to get that damn piece of meta alloy and bring it back to unlock the first engineer. So,
Oh my gosh, that's freaking hilarious. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
no, it was fine. I mean, I learned a lot, and for some reason on the way back, there was like some NPC always like going after my big haul of one meta alloy. I'm like, we're in the middle of nowhere, and you're like just following me for this piece of meta alloy, you jerk. So
I got a funny story around that.
yeah.
So the first time I went to the Pleiades to do that engineer unlock, just like you, I was flying a Vulture because I had talked myself into, for some reason, this is the ship I'm going to fly forever now because I really love how it handles blah, blah, standard Lark reasons. And so I got all the way out there, which just like you was a million jumps. I was able to find the meta alloy. I didn't have to buy it. I actually found a crashed Thargoid and just straight up found some there.
Look at you.
Right.
Oh no, we lost it.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard? Because
That you found the meta alloy instead of buying it.
yeah, so I found it. I jumped once and Thargoids blew me the hell up after hyperdicting me.
Oops.
And that was also my first encounter with Thargoids.
And where did you get sent to respawn?
All the way back to LHS 6397, I think, which was my home at the time.
That hurts.
Yeah, so the second time I went out there, it was in my keelback. I bought it, and same thing. I had a pirate chase me all the way home until I finally got tired of him, whipped a fighter out and destroyed him and carried on.
Awesome. That is pretty hilarious. All right. So which one of us is hosting this?
Me, sorry.
Okay.
I had to back out of the outfitting because it keeps making Discord lock up for some reason.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, so let us move right along with a Squadron update, which I might have the sound for.
Incoming priority message. Squadron briefing.
Alrighty. So this is so the wars without end are on hiatus for now. We're trying to build some distance between us and our opponents in Darahk, Miola, Howard, and Balmus. And we're fighting for second in BD plus 67, 1409 in the polls. And then we'll be on to control after we win that one. We're pushing for control in NLTT 52560, which is a new system we just expanded to. And there's a war in Yen T, not our biggest priority in the world, but we're happy to win if we can. We're expanding out of 6 Andromeda, and our current target is Nedos, and there's really nothing we can do about it. We're going to Nedos. It's just a matter of when we land.
Neato.
Yeah, Nedos. So soon we'll be moving to reclaim control of NLTT 1139 and G218-5. Those were 2 systems of ours that we lost control of in the Great War of most recently. Our new neighbors, the new After Dark Initiative, or the squadron previously associated with Project Elite, are making an effort to get to know the folks in the neighborhood. They're bringing cookies to everybody. They're using V640 Cassiopeia, which is one of our systems, as a staging ground for farming massacre missions in their space because it's right next to one of their systems. And so they're planning
on. To be fair, it's a humongous system, so there's lots to get there for neighboring systems.
Yes, so it's absolutely humongous, but but they reached out to us and said, "Hey, we're using this system. We're not going to mess with the where everyone is in it. So don't panic if you see random swings in influence. We're just farming massacre missions." And I'm like, okay, as long as you don't mess with it, just have fun. It was nice of them to reach out, and I really appreciate it. They're being good.
I like it. And the way they're farming it too. They're not claiming influence on the massacre message, so it shouldn't have that big of a swing on the influence. So,
well, that and isn't it a several billion population system?
Yeah, but there's always a certain amount of drift. And
true.
There's always +2 influence from every mission that's done. So it's just a matter of, who's offering missions at any given time where there's little wiggles and wobbles. It's just they told us, they're doing it, so I'm not going to be panicked about little wiggles and wobbles and random movement there. And then our other neighbors, the Hellssina Knights, are keeping things stable on their side of the fence. So, they haven't kicked us out of their system. We haven't kicked them out of our system. So all that's going right with the world. So hopefully things stay normal until Power Play 2.0. And if you are interested in BGS, reach out to us in the Loose Screws channel of our Discord. A bunch of us love to talk BGS. And Oblivious, what are your thoughts on the whole situation in our space now?
Well, like I said earlier, I mean, it's been fragile, a fragile piece. But I think folks are starting to slowly build some trust, and the key to that is that we keep talking. If we see something we don't understand, let's go talk about it. And in fact, as we've gone through this, we think that maybe there's been a third party out there doing a little bit of trolling. We also know that Intel has been doing some things. So we've learned some stuff along the way on how to be good neighbors.
Yeah.
So very much a trust but verify type of situation that we're in.
Trolling in our Discord? That never happens.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's there's some weird, some weird stuff, but
But not trolling in the Discord, but
Right.
trolling as far as
I'm being me.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. You be you, for sure. And that's the squad update.
Oh, good stuff.
And we're dedicating it to Chig.
Yes.
Yes, we are. We miss you, Cheese Man. Come back, baby. Please come back. You two nerds. Anyways, moving on to the Galnet update, because there was a few between the last podcast and this one, and I can't remember which ones we touched on the last one.
These are all new.
All of them were new.
All of them are new. The August 1st was the day we posted our last podcast.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So on the 2nd of August, a group of upstarts went into the Kubo system and straight up tried to murk the Emperor Orisa.
Well, that's original.
They did not succeed.
Of course not, because then they need a new face to slap onto the Power Play.
Yeah, and do you know how much JPEGs cost?
Way too much.
So it's way too many arcs. No one can afford it.
Yeah, but she's an empress, so it might even be a ping.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I want to see your portrait and see if it has a new piercing on it.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have laughed so hard at that. I'm sorry. Anyways, but she survived, and a bunch of Imperial nobility all made different sorts of political posturing moves about it, which is funny because I think the only person we haven't really heard from on the matter is Orisa herself, which is interesting.
Oh, clone.
What? Oh, the clone thing? Yeah.
Yeah, she's not real. She's a clone.
So that tinfoil aside, moving on to the 6th, Aegis offered engineering rewards for people participating in clearing up control systems in the Thargoid War. This is also a halfway Thargoid War update on this specific one. Basically, if you go in and help mop up systems from Thor and whatever the other one's name is that's left and get them back into human control, you not only get huge amounts of engineering mats as a reward, we will touch on that later too, but you also get what looks like more arcs for helping kill Titans as well. Then, yesterday, the Type 8 released for early release for arcs. I should be specific. And at the same time, the Python Mark II was available for credits, which honestly, I love the Type 8, but the Python Mark II is kind of sexier. I'm sorry, Volt. It's just true. But for one, I'm excited to hear what Trax does with the Python Mark II once he gets his hands on it. And honestly, I'm a little afraid of the kind of power he's going to have in that ship.
Yeah.
That'll be you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I have mine's a frag, a basically a frag mamba with an extra gun on it, and I absolutely adore it. I mean, it flies really nicely. You know, it's just the problem with frag cannons is that you run out of ammo. But
That you do. It's part
Yeah.
of the reason I don't use them more.
yeah, but I have a ton of mats, so I just recharge it when I whenever I need
Are
to.
you
But,
are you running out of the ammo in a given CZ?
no, I haven't really done much with CZs with it. But when I'm doing bounty hunting, I can't get like
Oh.
15 million with one thing of ammo. I get about 7 million.
Gotcha.
Yeah, an all
credits.
frag build, unless you're in a group, is not a sustainable build for a conflict zone, really.
Yeah. Well, for the smallest, I mean, I took it to a small and it would just or low CZ and it just cut through everything like butter. You just got to keep going back and forth to rearm.
I was gonna say how'd those eagles in the CZ do?
They got obliterated. I mean, it was as long as you
So
can
I've
stay
got
on
a-
target.
So I've got an all cannon build, and I can do 2.5 lows before I need to R&R low CZs with that.
To be fair though, with cannons, we have the advantage over frags of specifically targeting modules to destroy
Yeah.
the ships faster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sniped the hell out of them. Yeah.
Now, what do you guys put as your experimentals on your cannons?
ahead.
What is it? It's overcharged, and then I have one that one of the smaller ones does have a corrosive on it.
Okay.
I think, if memory serves.
On my big ships, I'm doing long range because my big ships can't catch up to the little ships I'm firing at when they're running away. On the little ships, I'm doing short range because I can catch up to the ships as they're running away.
Oh, I think
Basically-
you're right. I think I am doing short range on it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's basically how I roll
Yeah.
all my cannons. Overcharge is really good. Short range on big cannons is also really good because holy crap, the amount of penetration those shells get, even without any experimentals on it to help it go through the armor and hit the module, is insane. So when you put short range on them, you basically get more of that for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
I'll do a cannon build. I was thinking of doing an all plasma charger build or all plasma.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Sort of like a vulture on steroids.
Pull trigger, be on fire.
Yeah.
That's what would happen, but it would be worth it.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot. And then today on the 8th, a CG launched. A CG I'm actually going to participate in, I think, once I get my T8 squared away. Utopia, that's Antal, is offering some paint jobs. It's yellow Crypsis for the Crate Mark II. Really, for just the crate?
Just a Crate Mark II. And for
Okay,
both,
yellow Crypsis for the Crate Mark II.
and it's the same paint job for whether you're hauling stuff or you're hauling data.
Yeah, basically. So what they want is they want either cracked industrial firmware, classified scan data banks, and unexpected emissions data, or they want auto fabricators, animal monitors, or microcontrollers. That is, if Rocket Raccoon doesn't get them all first. And I don't know who all is going to be involved in the CG, but I always pull for Antal. He's kind of my homeboy because I like the idea of space hippies. So I'm going to be doing the CG, but I don't know about all y'all.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to, but then I saw the yellow Crypsis paint job and I just was like, I don't like yellow. I mean, I have a couple of Crypsis paint jobs for my Phantom and for my Mark my Mark II. And they're really cool because they're emissive, so they kind of glow in the dark a little bit.
I have the white Crypsis on my Crusader. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I have the white Crypsis on my Phantom, and I have a blue and a pink one that I got when I switched over from Xbox to PC because I had to use up all my arcs before I switched accounts. So that way I would have all the paint jobs because the arcs didn't port. So
no, that sucks.
Yeah. So it's okay. No, I spent them all at that point. This was like 2 years ago. So
Yeah, fair
but,
enough.
yeah. But I was like, yeah, the yellow and two different, the same thing for both rewards. So like not worth it. But I mean, once the credits kind of roll in, if this is one of those things where they're offering stupid credits, I might just decide to participate.
Yeah, I'm
occasionally
literally
had-
just participating because I like Antal as a power. Like if I had to choose one, it'd be him. So, How about you, Oblivious?
What was the question?
Are you
you going to do the
participating?
CG?
No, I don't think I'm going to do that CG. Wasn't excited about the paint job. I think I'm going to continue doing the matte testing and start doing some engineering that I've been procrastinating on forever because that's finally paid off.
Same.
Yeah, I'm mining right now, and I'm trying to figure out if the mats dropped from the asteroids has been boosted or not. It doesn't appear that they have.
No, I
Which is
think the
great.
biggest boosted ones were found ones,
Yeah,
like finding a destroyed ship sort of scenario, or like I hear a trove of raw mats, but people are at the crystal sites and saying that's not true. So I don't know what's going on anymore.
yeah, I think it's the harvesting kind, like the bug hunter, the HGEs and stuff like that. But yeah, the
Fair
raws
enough.
are like I think if the raws are still a significant rate limiting step for people, I think they might have to boost that in one way, shape, or form. And if FDev you're
Yeah.
listening, please boost the mining a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. I wouldn't mind getting a few more G4 mats out of this besides selenium. So even
Yeah,
if you
and to
drop
be fair to raw mats, unlike the other ones where there's like maybe one or two places you can go, there's whole star systems you can go for the raw mats. You
Yeah.
just have to go out there and get it. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of the 6 of one, half dozen of the other. to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it just kills a weekend, but yeah, it's fine.
Right.
I haven't been out there in 2 years. I mean, I have no reason to complain.
I haven't been out there in forever either. I need to. I'm basically out of all my raw mats.
Yeah. My big problem is the intermediate ones like tungsten and stuff. I mean, it's just, I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can trade down a little bit, but then I can't. Yeah, it's just like one or two that it's like I'm kind of feeling it. So
So, do you know for sure they haven't buffed the grade level delivery on the mining? You've actually have you tested it yet?
well, I'm shooting rocks right now, but
It
I haven't-
wasn't
it-
mentioned
it-
in the patch notes for whatever that's
Yeah.
worth.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just like while trying to talk to you guys on the show and mining at the same time, I haven't really noticed that it's a big difference yet. So,
Right.
but I've only shot about 5 or 6 rocks at this point. So,
Nice. I haven't been mining in forever either. I need to come out and do that with you sometime.
yeah, you should. It was a lot of fun. There was like one night that Daxi came out and Volt and somebody else, and Volt knows how to core mine. So that added a
Nice.
that added a nice little wrinkle to it. But yeah, we had a good time when we mined as a group, and it goes faster too. That's the other nice thing about it. So
We should do a mining event sometime, maybe on a Monday. What do you
yeah,
think? Like a pickaxe Monday. You think
Yeah.
we should call it?
I think a pickaxe Monday works really well.
Yeah, let's go with that. Okay.
Yeah,
Not
pickaxe
enough
Mondays.
alliteration. Need
That's
some more. Come on.
for you, Daxi.
Pickaxe Monday.
All right. Well, I've got some mat collection testing results if you'd like to know about it.
Oh,
Let's
please.
go. And this, for anyone who doesn't know, this was part of the Type A update in that engineering rework went in. So supposedly it's easier to get some mats. Go Oblivious.
So, absolutely on high grade emissions, it's fabulous. You get out there and jump down into a high grade emission location, and there's white dots all over the place. I mean, there were so many of them, I didn't even bother to count.
Nice.
And the really nice effect that it had was I never felt like I wanted to relog. Even though I didn't collect everything I wanted at that particular HGE, I was happy with going to another one. Two factors on that. One, I've got an SEO drive, so I can get out to these places quickly and easily. And I was doing it in the Type 8, and it's stable as hell getting out there, and it's very fuel friendly. So
Like
that
looking
made
at
it
the timer. Oh, there's like 5 minutes left, and it's 8,000 light seconds away. Let's race.
right. Right. So the big difference is, okay, I go and I spend 5 minutes getting to a site that's going to expire in 6, get in there, and it delivers
Yep.
maybe 6 of something. And now I've got to relog the desktop and go out and go back in to try to get it again. But I don't want to spend another 5 minutes trying to find it. I didn't feel the need to do that. So that is, from a gameplay immersion standpoint, I think it has really helped. You get a big load of the mats, and it actually encouraged you to go and find another HGE and keep doing it. I really appreciate what's going on there. I went to Davs because I heard that Davs was somehow buffed. It still has the same number of drops in it. You got the manufactured drops. There's 10 drops there, and then you have the one firmware drop by scanning the one thing there. So those 10 drops are still there, and it's still delivering 3 per. And I didn't remember, but someone else had replied on the Discord. It's always been 3 of whatever particular manufacturer that you're picking up. But I also recorded the grade level. And here again, I'm asking anybody who remembers this, what was the typical grade levels? It seems like the general response I've heard so far, it was always low 1s and 2 grade levels.
It was kind of 2 to 3 when I was doing it, I would say.
Okay. So I got geeky on this. I made 5 separate runs and recorded it, and it's heavy on the grade 3s.
I was going to say, you didn't just get results, you got stats.
Oh yeah, it's heavy. I'd throw you a graph if you want it, but no, I'm not going to go that big. But heavy on the grade 3s. It basically ties at the grade 2 and the grade 4s, and didn't see any 1s, and I only collected just 2 2s out of all of that. So maybe that's what they've done. They've increased the 3s and the 4 collections that you see there. I said, well, how does that apply to maybe Hot Jupiter? What's going on there? So I went out to Hot Jupiter. Same number of mats from what I remember being delivered, but there was a pretty high levels of 3s and 4s to be had there. So has that been buffed there? I'm not sure. I haven't done anything as far as high res ship kills to see what those deliver. The last thing I did just a little while ago was go out to Jameson. Jameson has, as advertised, it's got more comm units to scan.
Nice.
My Mac collector wasn't telling me how many of the various firmwares I was scanning, so I don't know if it's giving you more than one when you do the scanning, but I think there's 2 more. If the typical deal is you pull up behind the Jameson crash site, and using your turret, you could, prior to the buff, scan each of the comm units just by using your turret. So going into that same position, I think they've put 2 additional out to the right side of the ship at like the 2 and 3 o'clock position, if you will.
Nice.
And they put 3 more on the left-hand side of it. The only thing that screws up is now you got to move around to do some scanning. So there's more there, but you're still going to have to relog there. You're still going to have to relog it dabs if you're trying to make those the only places that you're trying to farm mats on. But again, maybe the thought process is they're giving you higher grade, So there's less you've got to do in order to do trading from a trading perspective, and it cuts down the grind overall from that perspective. So pretty happy with what I saw there.
I was going to say the thought process is, oh no, you have to actually play the game.
Well, I mean, I think all of us wanted to play the game. I think we would rather have a couple places where we have a lot of collecting to do rather than do the relogs. I mean, I don't think anyone relished
Same.
the idea of relogging. So,
like just as an example of that with the crystal sites, when Odyssey came out and those got re-rolled, so instead of it being a point of interest, it's the whole planet.
yeah.
Everyone was like, I don't want to. It didn't bother me because I go out there and I literally come out of a glide. Then I just pick a direction and fly until I find a group of crystals. I'll get all the mats there, get back in my ship, take back off, and keep flying that direction and see what else I find. And it's so much better of an experience.
And that was something else we got some feedback on. We haven't seen any changes on the trees and the crystal shards.
To be
no
fair,
change.
if they change the crystals, it would probably spark up all of the other biology. So they're trying very hard not to do that.
Yeah.
Like, here's the patch notes. We adjusted how many mats you get at the crystal sites. Also, all space stations are temporarily Thargoid Titans. We are working on it. Oh, shoot. Well, that's good to hear that. That's freaking honestly, I think, issues aside, because they had to delay it like 15-30 minutes before the update finally rolled out. Other than that, I personally think it's been a great update.
Couldn't they have planned better than to like overpromise and not have it on time and have us wait 15 minutes? I mean, how dare they?
And for the
was it a bank minute?
It was a bank minute, yes.
Okay.
They were trying to get those orbital lines to thin out before they released it. So
yeah, that was another thing on the patch notes was they actually thickened the orbital lines a little bit so that in certain really, really high resolutions, they look better. And some people are complaining, some people are weirded out. Our local virtual reality, what's the word I want? Snob. Our local virtual reality snob, Rex, he actually tried it out and said the lines look fantastic. So I don't know what anyone else is saying, but I actually trust Trax on that one.
Yeah. If Trax is happy, I'm happy.
Basically, yeah.
and we've heard with Bork tell us that what's the add-on HUD display?
Oh gosh, I don't remember the name. The HUD display that everyone uses.
Yeah,
they already have a patch. So if you liked the thinner lines better, you can change it back to the thinner lines because it is just a UI thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So for whatever that's worth, which to me is nothing, but hey. All right, moving on to the Thargoid War update. Our Thargoid Titan Thor is down to 4 systems.
Yeah, there was a real effort over the last few days of them because they were so close trying to get all the systems eliminated before the update, but they just couldn't pull it quite off. But so these 4 are going to disappear very quickly.
I was going to say, so after next Thursday, everyone get their Titan diving ships ready because it's freaking on.
No, not Thursday. Thursday.
Thursday.
So the next coming Thursday, everyone get their Titan diving ships ready.
Yeah. Now there's also some forecasting going on because there's a lot of commanders out there who are brand new, shiny Mark IIs that they want to play with and so forth, that this one may fall a heck of a lot quicker than the last one.
Well, I was going to say, I fully expect if you go into this one and open, you will see nothing but Type 8s and Python Mark IIs.
Right. So the advice there is, if you think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you have some conflicts, get out there Tuesday or Wednesday and get your 2 million in, just in case.
Yeah, because you can still get it in even while it has the damage resistance.
Yeah.
You'll still get the money you need. You'll still be able to do it. Just get her done. Because I'm with Oblivious on this one. I have a feeling Thor might fall as soon as early Saturday, maybe late Friday. It just depends on how many people get out there.
Yeah.
And now
The only thing is though, we got this message in our in basket from the Pilots Federation asking for help to take out the last 4. And so I'm wondering
weird.
I'm wondering if they just say the hell with it, they're going to flip the switch. You know,
like maybe you think when the systems get taken down, Thor is going to be like, haha, bye.
Yep.
Brave Sir Thor, he bravely ran away.
Yeah. So,
all right. So there's 2 bugs to be aware of. You know, when you're fighting the Titans. One is the scythe bug. So if a scythe shows up, don't kill it. Because if you do kill it, it will lock up random numbers of commanders where the only thing I can do is to task kill out of it. And
that's
so
both
now
sad
if you
and
want
hysterical.
to go in open and gank other commanders,
Go find the scythe.
go find the scythe and kill it. This other one is also rather entertaining too. If you're in a wing, the advice is not to die. Because if you die, there's another bug that can happen where your wingmates end up getting ejected, like they're in camera mode. And they have no controls. They have no ship around them. They're just sitting there and can't move, staring straight ahead, and you have to task kill out of it.
I forget who I saw that happen to, but I saw that happen to a Twitch streamer on the last Titan. And it was so funny because he was just like, okay, well, this is our life now. And was just flying around, getting screenshots, using the freaking Windows screenshot command, having a ball.
But I'd love to work around on that one. Just don't die.
that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I've had that camera thing. I've had that camera thing happen to me a few times. Not anything to do with Thargoids, but you know, after the last update, that's happened in my Corvette and CZs a few times, where just like my Corvette just left me, and there's nothing I could do about it.
So, I had that happen to me once too. Now that you talk about it, I was doing a CZ in my Crusader. I was in the fighter, and my fighter pilot was doing a mothership, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the CZ is going on, whatever. I'm like, okay, I want back in my big ship. But I didn't want her out there because I felt it was too dangerous. So I get docking request, come in, land, thing goes up into the bay, and then my ship flies off without me.
Oops.
And she literally just kept flying straight, stowed the hard points, went to warp, and I was just there in the CZ floating around. I will say it was freaking hilarious. I did end up having to task kill it, like you said, so it was that bug. But I was just laughing the whole time because I'm like, what happened? Oh, flip, that's good stuff. It was especially funny to me, though, I should say, because my fighter pilot has the same name as my wife, spelled the same way. And so that was the reason I hired her. So I told my wife, well, I must have offended you because you just left me here in space. So
forgot to pay her.
It's something, I don't know. Yeah. Alrighty. And in dev news, Frontier Unlocked had a whole bunch of info that's available on YouTube and on a VOD on Twitch if anyone wants to go watch it. There's also the type update patch notes. It's the type 8 update, but come on, type update. That's what they should have gone with.
Yeah,
the patch notes are available on the Frontier forums. We also have a link to that in the show notes. And the partner's got a preview that doesn't. And there is actually going to be an extra Frontier Unlocked coming up this month because Gamescom is coming up. And they are going to be doing a different kind of Frontier Unlocked from Gamescom, where they will be, I'm not sure they're going to talk about Elite, because they're definitely going to be showing off Planet Coaster 2.
Coaster, yeah.
I, for one, am very excited for that. I love those kind of stupid roller coaster park making games. So I cannot wait for Planet Coaster 2.
I love anything that brings revenue into FDev.
Exactly.
Right? Like Planet Coaster 2 is a buy on day one, regardless of what everyone's saying game for me. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, I may have to get that one too if FDev will actually let me buy it.
I'm telling you, man.
They won't take my money. They still won't take my money.
You just quit using that bank in Bangladesh and you might be able to get through, right?
Well, but they have great interest rates right now. So,
Meanwhile, Valve is standing
Bangladeshi
next to
savings and
him.
loan is just awesome,
Bloom keeps trying to pay him in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Dogecoin. I use Dogecoin.
I
That's
only
the
use
problem.
Dogecoin to furlongs and hogsheads because I feel like the UK people understand that better. It just seems like the kind of English gibberish they might get a kick out of. I'm just saying. Anyways, so now that we've offended all of Lave again, do you guys have anything
No,
else?
I don't think you can offend Psykit. I think she's just unflappable.
Yeah.
You have to
I
really
really
work
don't
hard.
think she gives a F.
Yeah, she does not.
Colin, however.
Yeah. Oh, Colin's going to Colin.
Love you, buddy. All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that makes a podcast unless I missed something, which is entirely possible.
It's too bad you didn't hit the record button.
Ah, crap.
Yeah, start all over again.
Exactly the way we did it. Yeah, word for word. I hope you guys have good memories because I don't.
So I think I can do my part.
Oh,
there's no community quarter this week. No new news from our Buckyball friends, and
well, that the race did conclude. Let's see. I'm just trying to remember what Alex had to say about it on Lave. It did conclude. There was some concern about the bonuses that they had built in. Two concerns where bonuses sometimes seem to take away from the game rather than add to it. But the other piece was the game managers were going to have to view every single game entry in full to see if they were applied. But Alec said it all turned out great, that the bonuses actually added some pretty cool flavor, and that he really enjoyed the race. I think he actually came in second on something.
Nice, not bad.
There. I don't remember when the next one is, but I also think Alex has one coming up here pretty soon that he is had an idea for, but maybe changing his mind because we're all getting so used now to using the SEO. One centered around using the SEO might be old school already. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think they probably need to add a separate SEO category. I mean, just try to come up with a race where it really taps into the features of the SEO. I mean, I'm not enough of a buckyball type person to really have a sense of what would make a challenging course for the SEO, or that where you could make it the pitfalls of the fuel consumption and all of that. But now that there are two ships built for the SEO, I think that there could be something fun with that.
Here's the challenge. Fly the SEO ship at warp in Super Cruise as fast as you can through the inside of the ring.
Oh Lord.
Of a space station.
Man.
In local news today, a local space station was destroyed when
all right.
Oh shoot, let's get out of here, boys. If you need to get a hold of us, frick, where'd the thing go? If you need to get a hold of us, apparently nothing. If you like the podcast, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast player. Helps other people find it. You can also join our Discord by going discord.io/loosescrews. And don't forget to head over to loosescrewsed.com to find our merch store and get some screwy swag. All right. And with that, I'd say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Successful.